In this tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how you can build your proof of funds for visa application in the UK, especially for people applying for the Tier 4 or the student visa into the UK. So I'll be sharing with you all you need to know. I'll be answering all your questions as regards building proof of funds. So if you think this will interest you, don't go anywhere, keep watching. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy again, Daniel. I currently reside in the UK and I share videos on how to relocate abroad. So if it's the first time coming across my YouTube channel, you want to click on the red subscribe button to join the growing family. Trust me, it's going to be worth your time, and click on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video on this channel. And for my returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. In the past couple of months, I've got quite a lot of people who have contacted me as regards their visa application. Now, about 4 of them were denied the visa because of some of the discrepancies that we're seeing on their proof of funds, and the mistake they made were actually very minute mistake. However, they were costly ones, and I felt there's a need for me to share with you guys all the information you need as regards to the proof of funds, so you don't make some of the mistakes these people make. Honestly, those mistakes were actually very silly mistakes that are very much avoidable. So I felt there's a need for me to share with you guys all you need to know as regards how to build your proof of funds for visa application. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned and keep watching to the end. In most of my previous videos, I've got a lot of questions from you, my viewers and subscribers, as regards building your proof of funds for visa application, and I felt there's a need for me to ask you guys some days ago if there's a need for me to make a video on answering all your questions, and I got quite a lot of responses from people requesting that I make a full video on how to build your proof of funds when applying for the UK Tier 4 visa, which is the reason why this video is coming up. So I'm going to answer your question as regards how to build proof of funds, and I made a video on this last year, and I'm going to put the link up there for you to check out. Now I've got like a lot of information from for you on that video. So this video basically is just going to be about me answering all your questions as regards this. I'm going to so many of the questions I've gotten from people, which I feel is going to be relevant, because most of the time I find out that I keep giving the same response to different people as regards the same question. So I felt there's a need for me to actually come out here with to put out those questions people have been asking as regards proof of funds, so I will answer them once and for all. So if you have similar question, then you can get response on this. Now, as you all know, if you are applying to study in the UK, one of the documents required for you to get your CAS. Now, for the confirmation of our studies, you need to provide some documents, and one of the major documents required by so many universities in the UK is your proof of funds, which is the amount required to have in your bank account for at least 28 days. So I'm sure so many of you know this already. And what is supposed to entail your proof of funds is your balance of your tuition fee after paying your deposit, and also your living expenses. And I'm sure everyone knows how much they're required to pay for tuition fee. So if you pay your deposit, all you need to do is to subtract the deposit from your balance of your tuition fee. Then you go ahead with putting the balance in your account as proof of funds, in addition to the amount you're required to have for your living expenses. And it's clearly stated on the government website that if you're coming to the UK and you're schooling in London, you're required to have £1,334 for up to 9 months in your bank account. However, if your studies is not in London, probably outside London, in Manchester, Newcastle and what have you, they're required to have £1,023 per month for 9 months. So you multiply that amount I just mentioned times 9, then you had the balance of your tuition fee as your proof of funds. Now back to so many questions I've gotten from people as regards the proof of funds. Now the first question I have here is, hello Daniel, must the bank statements be from a current, or can it be from a savings account? Now personally, I would advise you have your proof of funds in a current account. It can also be a savings account. I had mine in a savings account and it was not an issue. So basically it can be in either a current or a savings account, but it should be an account that is a bit active, so it doesn't look like you just put the each sum of money in your account and you left the account and you printed the statement. No, it should be in an account that is being active, and ensure that the balance on that particular account for the duration of 28 days that are required to have the funds in your account, it doesn't go below that. So for this question, you can either have it in the savings account or you can have it in a current account. Now that question I've got here from people is, now my account details still have my previous surname while the name on my passport is that of my husband. Is it possible I use my husband's account as proof of funds, since we now have similar surnames, we'll be glad to hear from you. Yes, you can actually use, if you're applying as a student, and basically I would just advise, if you're going to use an account that has a different name, like a different surname from what you have on your passport, just ensure you have like an affidavit, or you have like a change of name document that you attach as part of the supporting document when applying for visa. So this is really going to save you a lot of stress. Now I have another question from someone saying that, do you know if they check bank account details or confirm from the bank if you have the same amount before the visa comes out? Personally, I would advise that you ensure that you leave the money in your account until you get the decision on your visa. Honestly, I would say they actually check balance on people's account statement, but this is done randomly, so you might not be so lucky, and your application might be the one that is being picked for that particular check. So it's just better to have the funds left in your bank account while you're waiting for the decision on your visa application. Now another question I've got here is, please, can I use my company's account? I mostly use my business account for all my transactions, though I have a personal account, but it's not that busy as a business account. Now please listen to this carefully. You can only use your personal bank account. You can't use a business account. So please, if you are building a proof of funds and you are building it on a business account that has a business name, you need to actually pull those funds from that account to your personal account and start all over again. Because if you're using a business account, there's no way to verify that you actually own that business account, and there's basically no way. But the bottom line of it is just that make sure you're using a personal account. So there's no further explanation to that anymore. Please don't use a business account if you're applying for your visa. Now that person is asking, hi Daniel, thank you so much for this information. Can I submit my parents' company's account for the proof of funds? No. So if you can actually use your parents' personal account. Now it's very important for you to know that if you're applying for visa and you need a proof of funds, you can use your personal account or use your parents' account. That means your parents will be acting in the capacity of your sponsor. And in addition to using the account, personal account, you also get a letter from them, which is called the letter of sponsorship from your parents, saying that they are actually acting in capacity as a sponsor. So please do not use your parents' business account. It has to be your business personal account with their surname on the account. Now that question is, hello, the 31 days rule, is it from the date of applying for visa or from the date of biometrics? Because my biometrics date is 20 days from the closing balance date to my statement. Now please listen to this. If you're building your account, you're required to have your funds in your account for 28 days. However, you are required to ensure that you apply for your visa within 31 days from the closing date. Now this is what it means. Now if you start your proof of funds from the 1st of June and it's saying your closing date for the proof of fund is 28th of June. Now you're required to ensure that you apply for visa before 31 days after the closing date. So it means that before let's say on that 28th of August you must have applied. So the 31 will start from the day of application, not from the day of your biometrics. So if you apply for your visa let's say on the 30th, it means that you've only covered 2 days after the closing date, which you can actually apply. So most times you will need the proof of funds to apply for CAS. So it's important for you to leave the funds in your account. After you've applied for CAS, then you can use the same statement or print another statement having the closing date or the day of your application. That was what I did. You can also use the same too. And I got another question from someone saying, hi Daniel, I have a joint account with my brother. Can I apply for a student visa to study in the UK? No, you can't apply for, you can't use a joint account with your brother as proof of funds. It has to be your own personal bank account or your parents' bank account. Now that person is saying, thank you Daniel for this useful information. Is it only bank statements that are acceptable? Can investment accounts statements such as regulatory mutual funds statements be used as proof of funds? Personally, yeah, I would just advise that instead of doing all of those things, just liquidate the funds in those investments and put the, there are lots of people applying for visa now, and the visa office actually face a lot of pressure. Like loads of people are applying before you get to get a visa application decision in 4 weeks, but now it's taking weeks, it's taking 8 weeks. Some are even taking as far as 2 months to get a decision application. So you don't really want to put yourself in an unnecessary position. The best bet is just make sure that you are applying with your personal bank statement, so you don't stress yourself. Now I've got another one of the major questions I've gotten is someone is saying, can I use 2 bank statements with my name on them as proof of funds? Only the sum in both accounts is sufficient. Now, you can actually use 2 bank accounts if you're applying for your proof of funds. Let's, for instance, you need 10 million. You can have 5 million in one account and 5 million in another bank account. But honestly, I wouldn't advise that. It's so easy. Why not just transfer the 5 million from one bank statement to another? Because you might be so unlucky to have your application with a lazy officer that only saw one bank statement and felt, oh, why is there 5 million? You need 10 million, and just deny your visa. It's going to take you months to actually appeal and get another decision. So I would personally advise that don't use 2 bank accounts. Just use one so that it doesn't, you don't put yourself in an awkward position. Now, someone is also asking that, please, is weekend excluded from counting of the 28 days, or is it strictly 28 working days? Now, weekends are included. So the instruction on the UK government website is you must have the funds in your account for 28 days. So you also include weekends to those days. So that's actually some of the few questions I've gotten from people as regards the building proof of funds for visa application in the UK. Another common question I get from people is asking, how much do I need to have as a balance of my tuition fee if I'm doing a 2-year program? Now, for instance, for someone like me, I'm doing a 2-year program in the UK, and my tuition fee is £15,000. Now, please note that the balance of your tuition fee, which you require as a proof of funds, must be the exact thing that is written on your CAS. Now, if you are, for instance, now, if you're doing a program that is 7,500 per year for 2 years, and on your CAS, the balance of your tuition fee encompasses for the entire 2 years program, please ensure you have that same amount in your proof of funds. Don't try, okay, let me just try and make an analogy. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. Now, for instance, if your first year is 7,500, your second year is 7,500, and you pay 3,500, it means that you have 4,000 left for your first year. While on your CAS, what was stated there was the sum of the 4,000 left for the first year and the 7,500 for the second year. That was the amount stated as your balance. Please make sure that's the amount you are putting as proof of funds. Don't just use the 4,000 when the CAS is showing also for the 7,500. So any amount that is stated on your CAS as the balance of your tuition fee, even if it's for the entire 2 year, that must be the exact amount you should have in your bank statement. And honestly, personally, I would just advise have like a little bit higher to what you are required to have for your pool of funds. If you need 11 million naira, just try as much as possible to put like 12 to 12.5 million naira in their account statement, so that you don't just save yourself unnecessary stress. So, and also if you are able to get scholarship, please ensure that your university states or deducts the amount for your scholarship from the amount stated on your CAS. For instance, for me now, my tuition fee originally was 16,500. However, I got 1,500 discount. Now you must ensure that this 1,500 discount is stated on your CAS and deducted from the amount you have as your balance of your tuition fee. Now, if this is not, then you need to probably get a letter from your university stating that you've got like a scholarship of this amount, but it was not stated on the CAS. And you must also make emphasis on this in your application to ensure that it's not missed out and they don't deny your application for any wrong reason. I've got someone who was denied for this reason. She got scholarship, however the university didn't state the scholarship or didn't deduct the scholarship from the amount stated on her CAS, so she just deducted the scholarship herself and kept the difference of the amount stated on the CAS from the amount stated on the CAS. She deducted the scholarship from it and just put the difference as the proof of funds. Her visa was denied. She had to go through the 3-month appeal, and it was really a very terrible experience for her. So you might really want to avoid this. So basically, those are some of the information I've got as regards the proof of funds. So if you have any question that has not been addressed in this video, I'm going to ensure I stay on this video in the comment section and respond to everyone. Like I'm really going to do this. I'm going to take a day off to respond to everyone in the comment section. So if you have any further question as regards this, please stay in the comment section and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. And if you're coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, come on, what are you waiting for? Click on the red subscribe button to join the growing family. Trust me, it's definitely going to worth your time. I've got amazing content on the channel, and honestly, you're going to find the videos resourceful. And for my returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are amazing. Honestly, you guys are the reason why I keep sitting in front of cameras to make videos and pushing 3 videos out every week. Honestly, it's been exhausting for me, honestly, but I just have to ensure that I keep you guys informed and you guys make informed decisions as regards relocation to the UK. And if you have any question that you can say in the comment section and you think you need like a one-on-one section with me, just go on the description of my channel. You're going to see a link that states chat with me. Click on the link. It's a paid service, a very small token. Make payments and you'll be directed straight down to my WhatsApp, and we can have a chat or an audio or video conversation, whichever one you are actually okay with. So this is going to be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.